Well, as I said, Juanita is here today from United Board, and you've got a few things to talk about. One of them we're going to get to in just a few minutes are those forms that I was mentioning.
But first of all, everybody in United got a white envelope like this, and it says at the bottom, "Do not discard, contains important budget information." But what I'm here to tell you today is there's more than just budget information into this. And what I find is a lot of people, and I think we have a slide on this, they look at the front sheet that tells them what they're
I put up these. I had these on camera. Looked a little. They were hard to read.
Well, I thought we had this one too.
But I've got all these others.
Okay, never mind. But anyway, they look at the top sheet that tells them what their assessments are going to be for the next year, and a little explanation that we have a basic assessment, but that because we are a co-op, our property taxes are added on top of that, and people's property taxes are different. So if we say our basic assessment is $578.52 per man or per month, and they say, I pay $600, I pay $700, whatever, that's your property taxes. And people's property taxes differ. But the main thing I want to tell people is please don't just read the top sheet and then throw everything else away, because there's wonderful information on this. 2 times a year, in November and again in April, we are required by law to put these disclosures out. And they answer so many questions for people who don't really know. The first part is the annual budget report, and it shows both for United and for Golden Rain. There's a table of contents if you want to look at yours. What the whole budget and trust and reserves and all of that are. But then they have the annual policy statement, and these are things that people really don't know about or are questioning. And those are things like the disciplinary process, how it works in United, what the schedule of monetary payments is and penalties, the traffic monetary penalties. We have so many people who then come and say, I didn't know that we had this or that I would have to pay this or whatever. Collection and lien policy. If you do get behind and you have a collection agency and there's a policy and it shows you exactly the steps that have to go through if we have to put a lien on your property. And foreclosures are something that most people don't understand. Then we have the architectural review procedures. If you want to do any alterations to your manor, these are what you have to go through. And then last but not least, it calls them other enclosures. And this is what we have the slide for. Now, I think the last couple of days have made this very clear, I hope, to everybody. First of all, we have the code red. The byword here is if we can't reach you, we can't notify you. We've been very fortunate this year not to have some of the big disasters that have been all around us, but you see it on television all the time. Now, we had 2 fires that came close enough that we were bothered by the smoke. And the fire up near Lake Elsinore in the hills and all through there, it blew inland instead of towards the ocean. But if winds had been the other way, it could have come here. And then we had the Aliso Canyon one just below us. So we have a lot of nature around us. We back up on the big reserve. And even though we've worked with the fire authority to clear our borders so that they can get through and in, there's always a chance that there's going to be a fire there. The embers from any fire can go wherever the wind takes them. And then we have more fires, and even in the village. So the code red is basically a form, and it's in your packet. It's in the back of your packet. Please fill it out. And it's the one with the red stripes. And it also has the other side that tells you all about it. But this is information so that we can notify people, that your family members, whatever, if there's any kinds of a problem and you have to evacuate and they want to know where you are and how you're doing. We also have attorney or trustee name, your pet care contact. if you remember from the TVs, a lot of the people who had to evacuate up in Malibu and up through there had to leave their pets behind, or else they were taken to a separate place. So we need to know where your pets are and what the contact names are, and we encourage everybody to have a carrier for their pets so that they can get them out. So please fill this out, turn it in downstairs at the desk, or just mail it in. Another one that a lot of people just throw away is this opt-out authorization form. Basically, we have membership lists of the people. It's kind of like, if you will, a super phone book. It has names and addresses and phone numbers for the people that live in the village. Some people choose not to be in the phone book. And this opt-out authorization form says, we as the village can have this contact information for you, but we do not give it out to anybody else.
Right.
And so if say some sort of commercial thing comes in and says, I want your membership list, and we're going to send everybody some sort of information. If you've opted out in our computer, it says no, and you will not get that. So we found a lot of this around campaign time, where they wanted to send literature to everybody. And so if you don't like your name, address, and phone number being out to the general public, just for there, fill out the opt-out form. And then last but not least, we have the contact information form. And people say, oh, I filled that out when I moved in. And you do get this when you move in. But you'd be surprised how many times there are changes. Your doctor's name, you've changed to a different doctor.
Right.
Maybe the emergency contacts have changed their phone number or address, and it's not the way it was when you first moved in. So we want the information on that. It's just really important every year when you get this, fill it out, bring it in, send it in, and we'll update our file so that we always have the most current contact information for emergencies for them. So there's a lot in that big white envelope. Please look at it all, understand what our budget is coming up for the 2019 year and what we're going to be doing and how that money is going to be spent. And the same way we also give it to you for GRF, because as a United member, you are also a member of GRF.
Right.
And it's important for you to see how they're spending your money, our money. So I really encourage people, don't throw that envelope away. Maybe not sit down and read it all at once, but there are 3 or 4 different parts of it that we want to be able to update you on.
I have a question now. Can people choose to have that sent electronically to them, or you, by law, must send out the physical?
Right now we have to send out the physical.
Okay.
Come January 1st, we have some new state laws that are going to allow us to do a lot more electronically. Our problem, of course, as it always has been, is we have about 1,000 of our residents who do not have access to computers, internet. They don't have a tablet or a smartphone or a computer at home, and so we can't do everything digitally.
Okay.
But we're trying to move to as much as we can digitally, and it's getting better and better, but it's still not complete, but they can do it both ways.
All right, very good.
And then I want to announce that next Thursday, the 14th, we are going to have a 9 o'clock in the morning down in the boardroom. Our landscape committee will be giving their final report. As you probably remember, on the pesticide, particularly the Roundup issue, we've been doing a 100-day study where we have looked at not using it. We've looked at what kind of substitutes are available, how they are, how much it's going to cost, how much it would increase our assessments, all of those kinds of things. And they've been testing them, see if they really work. And so we've also been working with City of Irvine, with UCI, with a lot of government agencies to see their use of these different types of pesticides and what works and what doesn't, and how much extra labor it takes. There's a lot of different things. And so we've been looking at all of that rather than just say, it's gone.
Okay.
And
But that's a good point. because
Thursday, and then she will be on this day, next Friday.
She meaning Maggie.
Maggie Blackwell, who's our chair. I don't know if she's going to bring Bruce or not. Probably not, because she has all the information.
Okay. Yeah, she does.
And so
she's good at that.
She's really good at doing that all for us. So we appreciate that.
All right. So thank you very much. Happy holidays to
Okay,
you.
you
Because I
too.
probably won't see you before then.
Probably not.
But remember, when you got your packet here, go through it, especially these forms.
Yeah, go
Very
to
important.
the end of the packet,
Yeah.
not just the first sheet that
That's a
tells you
good
about
point.
assessments.
All right. We'll be right back.